Hardy Construction.
What's up, everybody? It's the Hardy Construction. You can find us at hardyconstruction.tumblr.com, youtube.com/hardyconstruction, as well as facebook.com/thehardyconstruction with your host, Alex, and...
Apparatus.
And today's film is...
Excision.
Excision is a 2012 film about a disturbed and delusional high school student with aspirations of a career in medicine that goes into extremes to earn the approval of her controlling mother. Directed by Richard Bates Jr., starring Annalyn McCord, Traci Lords, Ariel Winter, and...
I don't agree with that assessment.
And the guy from Saw 2. Yeah, I know. When I first read that,
She didn't go to extremes to win her mom's approval.
Not at all. So that's the IMDb people writing it. It might have been the writer of the film.
It says the same thing on Wikipedia, so I'm guessing.
That might be
people wrote it.
The writers from the film probably wrote that as the byline for the movie, because that happens a lot.
I don't see that at all.
Whatever. Yeah, me neither. If anything, she's defiant to her mother in the movie.
Yeah.
And it's funny, and what I liked about it is that going into the film, what would you give the byline of the film to be, in your honest opinion? Like if you were
to say in like a sentence what this movie is.
Yeah.
It'd be like a disturbed teen has dreams of being a surgeon and struggles to fit into society.
Nobody would see that movie. They would read that on the poster and be like, who the fuck wrote this? Disturbed teen. Who wrote this? And they'll take their monocle off and get angry and walk away and shit. But apt delivery of words there.
Thank you.
So Excision, how did you first... You first heard it because I told you, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty new, right?
Yeah, it came out this year, 2012.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'd never heard of it before. But, that's where I know the mom from. You know what she's in? She's one of the porn stars in Zack and Miri Make a Porno.
Yeah. I remember her mostly from Married with Children reruns.
Wait, she's in Married with Children
too? She was in one episode of Married with Children. I was looking up clips from it when I saw this.
And she's also fucking in Serial Mom. She's the hot girl that's dating Carl.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I remember the first time I heard about this film, I actually just saw an image of it on Horror Harbor's wall of the poster, and I was like, oh, that poster looks cool. And I saw it, and I kept hearing, like, here and there on the online, I guess.
Yeah, I saw my friend Mark posted, once we agreed we're going to do it, all of a sudden, then, like, I got this friend, Mark, is, like, really into horror movies, and he posts cool pictures sometimes, and he posted a poster of it. It's the first time I ever saw any images of it.
Yeah, I decided to stay away from anything that had to do with the movie, like trailer-wise stuff, because, you know, there's so many films where you can watch, and then you go in blind, and then you're like, wow, this is a good fucking movie, because I didn't expect it.
Yeah, I had no idea what I was getting into.
And it took me, like, about, half an hour to be won over by the film, because I wasn't sure about what was going on.
It took me actually about 2 minutes to be won over by this film.
You know why? Because, honestly, if they were to retitle this as a sequel, it could be just called May Part 2. Because it has.
What would it be called?
May Part 2. You know the movie May, M-A-Y, with you like that movie, right?
I don't think I've seen it, or maybe I'm forgetting. I don't know.
May was the girl, was basically the female Frankenstein, where she's collecting body parts from people and she builds her own Frankenstein.
No.
You never saw that? I could have sworn you've. I think
it's
you've
possible
made
I
reference to
like,
it.
not remembering. I mean,
then you should watch it, because Excision feels like a spiritual sequel to May, almost, because it almost feels like...
It felt like to me, it felt like American Beauty.
Really?
It's like
wait.
Well, the whole like
was a old guy jerking off in the shower.
Dark family comedy.
Yeah, this film doesn't
beats Heathers.
From the outset, it doesn't feel like a horror film. I mean, you wouldn't know that from the first 30 seconds, because they have that weird imagery.
Yeah.
Of the two girls staring at each other, which is the same actress, and I got to give them props for the main actress, Annalyn McCord. Like, when I first saw her, I was like, what? Because she has all this makeup to ugly her up. And then when I, towards the film, some parts of it she's made up in her dreams. She has these really... Oh, let's just set up the movie. Annalyn McCord plays this girl named Pauline, who's this, like, a misanthrope, like a person who's really... like very dour and very weird and strange and skittish. Not skittish, but very...
Like
very
a Daria, but messed up.
Really, like a very dark version of Daria. And she has these aspirations to become a surgeon, and it's not a focus in the film until like the second half. I don't know why the IMDb says that stuff, because that's not true. But she has a very negative kind of existence with her mother, who's a very overbearing kind of not like
she's so annoying.
Not a Bible thumper. She's just like the atypical stereotypical,
like a control freak bitch mom. She's kind of like that's American Beauty.
Right, she's just like a bitch mom, and I was kind of iffy on her acting in the beginning, Traci Lords, because for some reason I keep mixing up Traci Lords with that actress from Rebecca De Mornay all the time, because they kind of look like the same, like the hand that rocks the cradle, like the crazy babysitter. If you ever seen that movie, and and her father, I keep forgetting his name. He's the actor from Saw Part 2, Roger Bart. He's kind of playing the father that's just pussy whipped and kind of just is kind of tired of everybody's shit. But he's not angry or anything like that. And her little sister, who's played by Ariel Winter. It's funny because at the time we're recording this, Ariel Winter.
She's hot.
She's like 12 years old.
I know, and I found that out. I didn't know. I thought she was just like an older person playing a younger person.
You can tell when she's going to be 18 or 19.
She's literally like 15, and I felt disturbed with myself.
She's on that show,
Modern Family.
Modern Family. So you can tell when she's about 18, 19, she's going to be very pretty. Anyway, but on TMZ and all that stuff now, the news is that she had herself legally removed from her mother because her mother is like a stage mom and really evil. That's what she's claiming. And then you watch this movie, and you see Traci Lords is like a total bitch to everybody except for her in the movie, ironically. And anyway, so Anna Lynn McCord's Pauline she's very dirty looking. She just looks gross because she has all these, I think that's acne scars on her face or just bad skin.
Well, she has facial herpes and acne and
what was weird about
eyebrows and ratty hair.
They actually explained the herpes. It was funny because she
got herpes because
she almost drowned as a child, and her father, who had herpes at the time, gave her CPR. And I was like, how can you get like herpes that quick, that second? You know what I mean? It's funny. It's kind of stupid, but whatever. It was fun. I dated a girl once, and then towards the end of the relationship, like at the very ass end of the relationship, she pushed away from the kissing, which I thought was like, oh man, she's a bitch. But then she's like, no, I got fucking herpes. I was like, yee. So I was dating her on the off time. So thankfully I missed that herpes boat. But the film, the girl Pauline has these really vivid, almost music video like horror themed dreams.
Yeah, right? That's like. You know, I have images like that, but like if I could have that every night as consistently as her, I'd be very happy.
It's very funny because the whole film feels like really good budget, but for some reason it looks like they lose all the budget when they do the nightmare scenes. They still look good.
Yeah, I think those scenes are great.
They're great, but you could still tell there's like some budgetary issue or something. Like it just feels like it's trying to look like a David Fincher kind of Nine Inch Nails, type of thing, but it just kind of feels just a step below, but whatever, they still look fucking cool, and her makeup and stuff, she looks awesome. It's so funny because she's very attractive in the nightmares. Yeah. And then I realized who she was. Like after I googled what she looks like outside of fucking makeup. She's from this show called 90210. It's on TV right now. She plays one of the characters in the show. I don't watch the
remake show. One or what?
Right, and I don't watch the show, but when I change channels and I'll see her and I'm not like she's all right looking. It's funny because it's me saying that anyway, but then I'm like she's okay. I'm not really into that kind of blonde, that kind of girl. But for her playing this role made her 100 times more attractive. Not in the character of her, but just knowing that this girl can play act. Really good. Right. I was like, holy shit, she's hot. And it almost makes me want to watch 90210. I don't even know her fucking characters in that show. But anyway, she has these. You want to explain some of the vivid dreams that happen in the film?
Oh, yeah. It's just like that opens up and it's like two of her in a chair, and one of them's like all like convulsing blood and shit. I love it, actually. It's fucking awesome. And then lots of like weird sex stuff of like people who are being cut open, but like she's kind of like licking them and stuff.
And the one where she has an abortion and the baby is put inside the microwave, whatever it was, and then the baby explodes. It almost seems like
those started early with that baby.
Yeah, it seems like almost like it's trying, like those horror scenes are trying to be shocking for the sake of like on the level of Hostel or Serbian film. You know, like they're trying really to be horrifying, but there's just like a lack of they still look good. I know it seems like I'm shitting on those scenes, but I'm not. But it kind of feels like they're trying too hard because they look good already. You know what I mean?
I kind of just got the idea that it's a little bit funny. Like, it's just like her thoughts.
Yeah, no, it was. The movie is like a very black comedy for the first, like...
It's not really a horror movie. Except
not at all, yeah.
Horror movie.
Except for that imagery, it's not really a horror film until the last, like, 15 minutes. You know what I mean? It's more of a character study that's really dark. And that's why I say, like, the film May. Like, May was a character...
It does remind me of Heathers. I've never seen May, I don't think, but Heathers...
I think you would like it. You should watch May. But
okay.
May is a same kind of vein where it's a weird female protagonist that's, you know, until it becomes like a slasher film in the last 10-15 minutes, which kind of happens here as well. But it doesn't become a typical slasher film. The effect in this one is a lot better. Like, I mean, this movie has some faults to it, but that ending is so not what I expected. But I did expect
me either.
I mean, I did expect it to some form, but not in the way that it came to be.
Because I had no idea where it was going.
Because her character, her sister is Ariel Winter, like we said, is playing a character named Grace, who has cystic fibrosis, and she's breathing into this machine to help her with her lungs and stuff. And it's all
defibrillator or something. It's called.
I thought the defibrillator is what electrocutes you back to life.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Science. This is a scientific version of hard deconstruction. But they pepper the film showing that this younger sister of hers, who's very nice and very sweet, and has a good relationship with her, has cystic fibrosis and has trouble breathing. She coughs here and there and stuff like that, but it's not shoehorning it. And basically the gist of the film is that she needs to get surgery to have her lungs replaced.
You know what's fucking cool? That guy Adam. You know, the virginity one?
Jeremy Sumpter.
He plays Adam in Frailty. The kid.
Get the fuck out of here, really?
That's what it says.
Is that who he grew up to be? Okay, so the name is familiar. Wait, is Adam the one that died, or is he the good one, the nice? Because then this can be the sequel.
You know, actually, I have no idea.
Well, you can see who Matthew McConaughey played the older version of it, and just connect the names.
Well, you are just a fucking genius.
Thank you. And so anyway, that whole thing
he played the good one.
Okay. Oh, the one that is Matthew McConaughey?
No, the other one.
Oh, so this isn't the sequel. Sorry, unless he survived the killing by Matthew McConaughey. Spoiler. So the film peppers that idea throughout the film. You know what I thought the ending was originally going to be? I thought she was going to go through all the shit dealing with those asshole students and that girl who jump ropes in front of her apartment, in front of her building. I thought she would end up killing herself to redeem herself, to donate her lungs to her sister.
Right.
And then it went completely different, which was way more shocking and way more like, whoa. Because
she looks scary with a shaved head. It kind of reminded me of Jason 4 or whatever, with fucking that 80s child star that shaves his head.
Oh, right. The one that says all of
Corey
molesters, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I think you could tell it was an obvious bald cap, but it was fucking cool. That ending is really, really good. I don't really want to spoil it, but it's something that's really worth watching because a lot of shit happens that you did not expect. And let's go through the motions of how. What did the dreams mean to her character? Like, you think it was just more of a...
It's just showing she's a sicko.
Do you think... Because there's a section in the film where she's having, by the way, 100,000 points that they have John Waters in the movie.
Yeah.
I fucking loved it.
And then Marley Matlin and also fucking Alex from Clockwork.
Yeah, Malcolm McDowell. It's there was so many people that were familiar in this movie. But you know the part that had me laugh?
And Ray Wise.
Right.
The
part that had me laughing so hard was when she was drinking water at the water fountain and Ray Wise is like, "Hey, you gotta leave some for us," and he just walked off.
Yeah.
I started laughing.
I was hoping that would be his only line.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That would just be really funny.
That would have been hilarious. They should have just left that there. But it was hilarious. Anyway, but yeah, so This guy, John Waters, is there for a little bit. He's very funny because he's not saying anything, funny on purpose. It's just his like facial reactions, and plus he's playing like a priest or something, which is even
which is really funny.
It's doubly funny, and is doubly a word? I don't know. But Malcolm McDowell is there as kind of like a little cameo as a pissed off math teacher. Marley Matlin's there, who runs, I guess, a cotilliard, which is I knew the word, but I don't know.
It's like the dancing, the European charm school dancing,
right? And it's so weird how like that shit exists. It's just very weird.
Yeah.
Like,
I kind of like it though. I would maybe do that for fun.
What'd you think of the Phyllis character, Traci Lords, as the mother?
Oh, she's such a perfect bitch.
Do you think
I like her too? At the same time,
yeah, I like that. Just that one line where she, because this film does deal with females' relationships with each other. And just, I guess, the horror of being a young girl growing up, I guess. I don't know, but you know what I mean? This
I know all about it. I actually used to be a woman.
Oh, very good. And then you had the penis enlargement pills. The clitoris is just that big.
No, it was weird. I woke up one day and my clit like grew like maybe 3 or 4 times the size. It's really, I have a tiny penis.
You're like the opposite of Larry Wachowski, one of the Wachowski brothers that made The Matrix. Now he's a woman.
You're right.
You're more like
the opposite.
You're more like.
I didn't have to get surgery. It was an immaculate sex change.
You're almost like Buck Angel, and I'm not. You should look that up anyway. So what did you think of? I like that Phyllis had that one line where she was, because she's like a stone cold bitch. She reminded me of like how Hillary Clinton would be. I'm sure Hillary Clinton's like a nice lady, but just kind of that same stone cold or stone faced woman. And I like that line where she's trying to, put some semblance of a relationship with her and her own mother, and saying she got hurt by her mother more than she can imagine, and she still can't forgive her for some stuff, or she's still trying to forgive her. So I mean, there's little peeks into that that work really well. And what do you think of Pauline in general as a character?
She's creepy, but really kind of in a weird way. It turns me on.
I think we're forced not to like her, but to examine her as a character, and I think she works really well. The acting is really.
She's very Daria. She's like a dark Daria.
She's a really dark character, but she's very interesting. She's like, it's a character who's like her actions and her reasons.
She's so fucking awkward.
Her actions and her reasonings. This is like when I was watching. I was like, wow, she kind of reminds me of Donnie Darko in a way. You know what I mean? Like how he's just this this weirdo character, and he exists
so awkward and shit.
Yeah, out of his awkwardness and weirdness, he's like a fully formed character, and she is too. And you're just like, wow, how long have they been dealing with this bitch?
And she's so like ugly and unappealing in every way, basically.
Right, and when she decides to lose her virginity with that guy, oh man, that shit made me sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
The part where
when he had
it's so different as a guy dealing with a girl,
I would not. I don't care about that part at all. I mean, the smear on the face was kind of gross, but I would totally have sex.
He's having sex with her. He's having sex with her. I almost thought he was gonna pull some shit where he was gonna film it in some Rage Carry Part 2 where he's filming it and shows to everybody. I thought he was gonna pull that kind of crap, but he doesn't. Should just shows you guys are horny. A little fuck girl like that. And he has sex with her, and then she tells him that she wants him to go down on her, and he does, and he just gets a mouthful of blood, and he's just like, and I remember when I had...
Yeah, at one point I picked it up, because I watched the beginning, like, twice, actually. He's like, oh, you're so wet, and, like, it's because she's, like, probably bleeding all over him.
Oh, the horror. Anyway, but yeah, what do you think were her, what worked with her character and what didn't?
I mean, I think it's pretty spot on perfect. I couldn't say anything didn't work with her. She's just perfectly fucking bizarre, awkward, but very realistic. I could see somebody being like this.
Do you feel the film dragged on at all at any points?
I wish it'd get more into the sick imagery. And yeah, it does kind of drag, like, too much back and forth, maybe.
Yeah, because there were some people saying online, there were so many scenes between her disagreeing with her mother, like, we got it, you know what I mean? Why do you have to keep showing that shit over and over?
Yeah, but at the same time, it's only like an hour and 10 minutes or something.
Yeah, it's an 80-minute film.
Yeah.
And I think it covers it well. I wish I would have liked to see more of the Grace character kind of fully formed. She was formed to a point where you felt bad for her.
Boobs are formed, especially for a 15-year-old girl that I'm not a pedophile saying this.
You're in what they call an ephebophile, which is
What's
a
that?
person who's attracted to sexually mature young women or sexually. What the hell is the word? Somebody explained that an ephebophile is just
Somebody who's completed puberty.
Yeah, basically, somebody
That's
online
not
was
true, though.
somebody was saying
I'm
online
not
that an ephebophile is just a pedophile that's trying to sound scientific.
I've never been into girls that are
under 18, right?
Hey.
That's how it goes. Oh boy.
people.
But anyway, what are the positives, the out and out positives of this film that you like?
I love, like, the images, of course. I just wish that they would either lengthen them or do less of them or something. You know what I'm saying?
Just make them more prominent in the film.
Yeah, or do less of them then, because it's kind of annoying back and forth sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's really, the gore is pretty cool. Some of the effects are kind of like really CG. Like there's a part where she's having sex with a guy with half of his face blown off, and you could just tell they just erased his face on the computer.
Oh,
But
okay,
it's really
yeah.
obvious because like, wait a minute, what's going on with his face? And the really cool sex scene where she's having sex with the Adam character who happens to be the boyfriend.
And I
of this
love that blue
bitch.
tile background too.
Yeah, it makes it very. It's almost, it reminds me of the Saw bathroom from Saw Part 1.
Oh, okay.
Just very like clinical and clean and just there. You know what I mean? And I like that scene where she's having sex and it's cutting back and forth with her nightmare or dreams of having sex with this guy while murdering him. Because obviously she has a death fetish and sex fetish. So it's almost like a nod to the necromantic films where this woman has sex with a woman. I think the first film had a guy having sex with a dead body. And the second one had to deal with this woman having a fetish for fucking like dead guys and stuff like that.
Right.
And I did like the teacher. Who's the guy teacher who kept getting the weird sex questions and he just kept getting frustrated? I should be laughing. Mr. Clayball, I think, was
Matthew Gray
Gubler. And it's funny because this film was based on a short that the director created. Richard Bates Jr. He made it an Excision in 2008, and I guess that's what got him the money to create this one. And I'm trying to find it. And it was on Vimeo, but they took it off, so hopefully they'll put it back up. But it had a different cast, so I assume when they made the film, they were like, okay, we're putting money into this, so put some names into it at least.
Right. Yeah. No, they got every fucking awesome guy.
Yeah, they got some pretty cool names. That's really
The picture of the director is hilarious if you go on IMDb.
Yeah, he's getting knocked in the face.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting to see him put this together. It's a very interesting film. It really is in the vein of May. So if you did like May, you would definitely like this because it does deal with a female protagonist that's weird. It has shades of Donnie Darko, not for the science fiction element, but
How do you spell May?
May.
Oh, like the month.
I was like, are you serious? Are you that sick? And shades of Donnie Darko, not the science fiction angle, but the very weird protagonist.
I've seen this cover 8 million times.
Yeah. It's funny because when I saw May, I liked it, but I didn't love it. But everybody I know that's seen it loves them. But I think Thea likes it a lot, loves it actually. But it's kind of the same vein where it's a female protagonist that's off, and
Right.
you're looking beyond her quirks to see who she is inside, and and Pauline's character in this movie is very like an unforgiving. It's just there. It's not trying to make her.
I would have
humane or
been
anything
friends
like
with
that.
her in high school. Like, for
Yeah, I'm sure
sure.
it'd be cool. I'm sure she would reject you in like 3 seconds of meeting. You should probably think you're an asshole, you know.
No, we would have gone along.
And I like how the DVD cover they flip over. They have the hot version of her on the top. The attractive version on the bottom. It's very funny because they realize they got to sell the movie. And they got to sell it with a hot girl on the cover. It's
Probably. Yeah.
It's a really entertaining film. I think I like it better than May actually because May it was just.
I'll have to see May, but this is all this guy's made.
Yeah, I think he's starting off the gate good. You know what I mean? He's got a good movie there. And well, personally, what do you think were the negative? The negatives we already said. The positives were, I guess, it's visually really good. It moves well. It might be slow in some.
Good
parts.
actors too.
Very good actors. Yeah, I was kind of worried honestly the first half of 20 or so minutes because I couldn't get into Traci Lords' character. Because of the personal baggage of what she's been in before in the past,
Right.
and but then you're like, oh, she's pretty good, especially the part where she's crying. You know, that whole sequence after she spoke about her issues with her own mother.
She's like a parody bitch mom.
Yeah, basically, and she's basically playing the women that were all in the evil women in John Waters movies. Maybe that's how John Waters got to be in her. John Waters is the one that Traci Lords in it. That's pretty weird because they work together. So,
well, I don't know if he had any role outside of just a cameo.
Who? John Waters?
Yeah.
He probably said, "Oh, you gotta get my friend." I would love to put John Waters in a movie. Anyway, yeah, there's not really much more we can say about this film, but you should definitely check it out. It has really good visual elements to it.
What's your rating?
I will give it 8 out of 10 frosty, blood-covered lips after licking out a vagina that you just had sex with.
Okay. I'm gonna give this a 10. No, not 10. 9 out of 10. There's so many cool scenes. 9 out of 10. Cutting out one of your tongues, and then another version of yourself.
It pulled out the tongue.
Pulling out tongue, and the other version of you spits out blood.
Also, this ending song was really cool. It's called
Surgery song?
The last song is by this band called the Pacific Ocean, and it's called Waterflower. I put it up on our Tumblr. You should check it out. It's really good. But anyway, with that, Danny, what's the next film?
Troll 2.
Yay! They're eating her, and then they're gonna eat me. Oh my god! So, Danny, what's the final word?
Sheesh.
Horror deconstruction.